Good afternoon or evening, everyone, depending on where you are. Let's head into Lesko Help 2. All right, so here we are in Lesko Help 2, and since I've been on this page, there's been some new activity, so I just click this button, and it'll show me what's happened since I was last looking. Let's minimize this a little bit. Now, for our class today, we are going to head into our contents menu on a phone. To expose this contents menu, you'll need to click either Matthew Lesko's profile picture or the white 3-bar horizontal menu typically located in either the upper or lower left-hand sides of your phone screen. Once you've exposed that contents menu, as you see, all my internal menus are closed up. That really makes it a lot more navigable. It takes it down to about a 1-page view instead of about a 3-page view. So I really encourage you to locate the upper tab, the one that is all in capitals, that has the fancy arrow, and instead of an icon, it has a drop-down menu or a triangle. Simply click that triangle, and those internal menus will disappear, and you'll be able to see the overall navigation so much better, and that there really is organization to get you on your way. For today's class, we are hosted out of the teaching sessions, and that is in the live meetings collection. You see all of the classes when you first come in that are hosted, quite a bit of variety, some really good material. I encourage you to check out all of our different live classes, calls, and sessions, and RSVP to as many as you like. You can always decide to skip it, but that way you'll get the notification if you set up notifications, and if you have time and interest, you can jump into those classes. All right. Where I'm going to place your answers today is in the second tab over here in Teaching Sessions in the Live Meetings collection, in Community Answers, the second tab over. But don't worry about that, because there's a very simple way to get here without knowing any of that if you're new, and that is a little bit confusing. All right, so the difference is now with this class, we have some built-in material here in Lesko Help 2 to provide us resources for this class. And for those, we're actually going to go into this Unlock Your Goals collection. And I just luckily happened to have it pulled up. I was copying this earlier. And so this is filled with step-by-step guides for each of the different topic-based spaces. Grant Basics and Office Hours is one that I teach every Monday, and that is what it says, Grant Basics, as well as all of those how-tos and the customer service element that would go with office hours, right? Next, you have the home and housing help. This has changed. It used to be buy a home, but we needed more than just buying that home, and we weren't sure how to go about it. Julia May, she figured out the best way to do it, give us a new title, and put it all in our advanced unit. Home repair, foreclosure assistance, the rent and mortgage assistance, all of those good pieces will go in home and housing help. And so we're working to build out these advanced units for you as we go. It is going to be quite a process. I think that'll be good though, because that'll give you a chance to explore each new area as they come. In fact, Julia is trying not to overwhelm you. Our Mighty Networks expert, the lady that's in here doing all of the beautiful organization, the descriptions, the infographics, all of that is Miss Julia, taking Matthew and I's resources and all the resources that you've shared with us over the years and putting it into this beautifully worked piece. So user-friendly, so simple to follow the instructions. You do have to learn how to navigate the websites. We have no control over those external websites, but it's all right there, touchable with explanations to help you get where you want to go. All right, now you have next, Pay My Debt and Bills. Excellent space. It just got some new pieces. Both of these units did. Start My Business. That one is relatively complete. I'm sure as we come across new opportunities that are more likely to be ongoing, we'll add a little piece here or there, but the Start My Business space is pretty well complete. It's exciting and a wonderful space. Get Healthcare Help. That one is going to be an ongoing unit. There are a lot of individual but very common ailments out there, illnesses, special surgeries, just different things like that that are common, right? And we're going to have a unit for those types of conditions, everything from ADHD to sleep relief to heart health and diabetes, right? It's going to slowly come out, and there's already some of that advanced unit going in there. Finally, we have launch a nonprofit. This is another area that has a lot of building still to go. And we've added a new element to this one. This one kind of has a special element to it. And you're actually going to find it in our teaching sessions, where we are for this particular class, Country Living and Business Plus Pets. That is going to be in your replays and PDFs, where you will also find the replays for this particular class. If you jump into the replays and PDFs, you'll see it's organized a little differently. Now it's in alphabetical order down to our classes that have closed, the CFPB, Your Money, Your Goals by Megan and Raquel, and Let's Go Help presents Credit Boost Pro by Megan P., your do-it-yourself credit restoration solution. Those are excellent units still. They'll still be here for you, but those are no longer active classes. So they're alphabetical in order, in the bottom down here, right? And now everything else is in alphabetical order. We're just on step 0 for the action plan for your nonprofit, a step-by-step guide in tutorial, right? In recordings of walking through all these different steps. And if you pull up the initial part, you're going to have a checklist that takes all of Megan's experience, all of the links that she's utilized, all of her learning from Matthew Lesko, and puts it into this beautiful checklist for you on how to set up a nonprofit. And then we're going to work through this with you. So we're going to show you how to check for your U.S. Patent and Trademark Office style research, right, to make sure your name isn't already used. Then we'll walk you through this SEO friendly. This is something I'm going to let Megan talk about. Basically, she teaches you how to learn what the trending words are in your arena of business, so that you can use that in your communications and any marketing you do, etc. I don't completely understand it. I'm going to learn along with you guys. Megan is our overall guide here. We're going to use my agricultural business, Collectively Rewilding, and start a nonprofit element for you guys to watch as we do that. Mute that there in the background. And so we're going to walk through different things like which 501 designations I want to apply for. There are several that I'll apply for, and there are at least a couple that I won't be applying for. And we'll talk about all of those different pieces so that you're not having to follow the steps I take. You'll follow your own steps, understanding what each of those choices along the way are. Really great material. The checklist is already here for you to check out. And then just for fun, Megan and I recorded working on this checklist. And so there's already a little bit of built-in explanation for everything that's going to happen over this special unit. It's not an ongoing class. This class has a purpose. And once we walk through the majority of these steps, it'll peter out. We'll come to an end point, and then this unit will stay here. It'll probably move down to the bottom as well, but it'll always be here for anybody that wants to watch the process of a nonprofit and do the work alongside. You can't just work and read, you've got to do the work, and we want to show you that work as often as possible. So we're going to record this, and then we're going to present it to you all. Not step 0, that's just a fun little piece and a beginning explanation of what all of this means in this checklist. And then as we go forward, step 1, we will follow all of these different steps. We're going to do more than one step in the first video because checking for the patent and trademark moment is very quick and easy, as is the Googling. This we will more just kind of talk. I think this one we're going to make a special unit, actually. We'll talk about that when we come with you guys all tomorrow, or not tomorrow. We're going to record it tomorrow and then present it probably during her nonprofit class on Sundays. That's still in the works as well. We may just do a special sitting so that she still has her nonprofit to work the steps that are already there with you guys, and then she can have a different class. So it's all up in the air, but these are the things that are coming, and I'm really excited about this space. So then you can walk down here after you've read through that checklist and head right in and hear Megan's explanations of why each of these pieces need to be accomplished and how to go about doing them. And then we'll actually work all of those steps together. So super exciting, really fun thing that as my agricultural business, I'm deciding to do because I'm having a stall point. I need members and I need content creators, because this isn't just Sabrina's view on the agricultural world or the country world, as I like to call it too. That was Matthew's old titling. Agriculture and rural is probably more accurate. Country living and business is a little more fun. So it's all what my life is about anyway. And I really have a more cause-based business. And so as my SBDC mentor and I have been working over here in the side, trying to figure out how to do this two-part problem. He calls it the chicken and the egg problem, as does my other mentor over at score.org. It's a difficult construct to build. It's essentially like the YouTube or Facebook for the agricultural world. And I'm doing it all on my own creation. So it's taking me a little while, but that is why it is taking me so long. I don't have your traditional business models. Of course, there are some examples out there, but they're really big now. And starting, it was a different market when they started. So this is a whole different prospect to try to create a similar environment for a less popular topic. If you really go and think about it, Facebook is anything anybody wants it to be, and YouTube is the same with primarily video postings. They do have regular posts now. If you do check out my YouTube channel, you'll see I have a few posts. It's a new feature on Facebook. I really like it, but I don't know how well it's going to take off. I'm not really seeing any traction, whereas on my shorts, I'm seeing a lot of traction for me. And on my regular videos, I'm starting to gain some people that are regularly watching, just a few little audience, but the momentum is beginning and I'm really excited. And the way that we're going to cement that momentum and keep it moving forward and building on it is to turn it into a nonprofit so that the membership component is free. And then we have to figure out all these other pieces, and there's a whole lot of different things that we'll talk about as we do this unit. And those are all different options that you guys have, even if your business has nothing to do with the country or agriculture in any way. And you don't have to be in the country to have an agricultural enterprise. So if any of you are city bound and love being city bound, or don't, whatever, there are opportunities for you, and you're actually considered, no matter what other check boxes you have or don't have. You're an underserved community in the agricultural world because you're in the urban area. So it's tons of fun, tons of great ways to interact with that rural agricultural country world. All right, guys, that was my little piece to walk you through what I'm doing as a business, utilizing all of these beautiful resources that Matthew Lesko provides for us, and also letting you know that my membership is now permanently free, not just for the Lesko Help members, but also as a business. That's the goal that we're working on, and that's the model that we're going with right now. So there is no option to pay for Collectively Rewilding now. You can only join it for free. Please come and join on My Mighty Networks anytime you would like to. We have a couple of classes, and I'm thinking about a couple of more. They don't ever conflict with our classes here in Let's Go Help, because I am a big part of all but 4 of those. So I have to be here, and I never want it to conflict anyway, because I love this community. I love what we do here in Let's Go Help, and I learned what I wanted to do as a business and how I'm going to do it, all because of my Let's Go Help membership. So this is my world, and that is my world, and the meeting of the two, whether it's just because I'm utilizing the resources to provide it, or that I can provide all of you the opportunity to join for free, is also beautiful, because that's the construct that Matthew really has. He does charge a little bit rather than going nonprofit, and that's what I was going to base it on initially. But because I need the 2 pieces, members and content creators, this is a much better model, and it really fits my business better. So Matthew likes cheap. I love cheap, but my business is a cause. It's the environment. It's finding solutions that we can all benefit from and make use of within different perspectives, not just my own, so that everybody can really get in there and get deep into agriculture, no matter how deep they want, no matter how much they've been exploring it. And so that's the process that we're doing, and I'm bringing you all along for the ride. And I would love to hear your questions about your country, living, or business, or your pets, or just anything that you need along those type of lines. So let's go ahead and open up the floor. You can raise your hand to do that here in class. All you need to do is access the Zoom toolbar that came with class. On a phone, you may need to tap your screen or possibly swipe left or right. And I think I did that backwards, so left or right, and then maybe tap it again to see that toolbar. Once you've located your toolbar, on the far right side, you should see a microphone with a red line through it that's called audio. Take your eyes and walk to about the middle of that toolbar where many of you will have a big heart. If you see that, it's called reactions. Click it or react. You'll see the raise your hand feature along the bottom and then a variety of others you can see right or take right above that. If you don't have the big heart, just keep going to the far right side of your toolbar where you should have a 3-dot menu, a 3-dot more menu, or a more menu. Click that. You'll see the reactions tab. Click that. You'll see the raise your hand feature and a variety of other reactions you can take. How can I help you all today? How can we all help you all today? And if you can't find your microphone, you're more than welcome to unmute yourselves. We have a bunch of new people, it looks like, as well as some regulars. Mr. Benny and Mr. David, I see right away as regulars. Brad, I'm pretty sure we've never worked together. Creola, I love your name, and I'm just about as positive as I can be that we haven't gotten a chance to work together. Harold, is this a Harold that we've worked with in the past or a new Harold? I'm not sure. Miss Ingrid, love to see you always. Yvette, I think I'm pronouncing that right. I believe you're new as well. Marva White, in the same shoes, I believe you're new, or at least that I haven't had the chance to work with you. Nora Thompson, I'm not sure that we've ever worked together. We might have. Miss Tammy is here with us today. And
turn on making a left here.
Oh, let's see who we have.
Okay. So this isn't the light. Okay.
Creola?
Yes.
Hello, how are you today? Oh, and you muted yourself again there.
I'm sorry. I'm in the car with someone and they were talking. So
okay.
I was on Zoom yesterday with Tony, and he left a lot of things for me to look at, but I can't seem to locate where he put them.
Well, let's
and I
see
was
if we
just
can
kind of
find
wondering
them.
if you can help me with that.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to jump in here where I don't have anything up for you guys already. And then I'm going to go to the What's New Today tab. And that's just the easiest one to utilize when you want to search all of Let's Go Help 2. All right. And is your account under Creola here in Let's Go Help 2, my dear?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. All right. So that's a pretty unique name. I would imagine that will get us the whole way there. And there you are. Oh, I did remember your picture. I didn't remember your name. It's a little too unique. It didn't quite stick, but I remember your picture. I answered one of your questions today, I believe.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Or hearted it or something. I know I interacted with you earlier today. Absolutely. And so, okay, we were looking for answers from Tony. And so here is one, okay? And that's how you can do it. You can also, because this is just a day ago, once you've, how shall I put this? This is one way, and then let's just X out of that. So that's great. And I can go in and I can tag you in those again to put it towards the top. But you're looking for your notification bell. Can you see my screen, Creola, where I'm circling in the upper right-hand corner?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so your picture is the one that you're looking for in a circle, and right next to it is going to be your notification bell. If you're on a phone, it'll probably be in the lower right-hand corner instead, but just look around those corners until you see your face, and right next to it will be your notification bell. It makes it so easy when people have uploaded their picture for it to be found, right? And that's your notification bell, and if you just scroll, it goes back to about a month. It starts at the most recent. As you see, Ms. Tammy just sent out notifications about this class about 45 minutes ago, and then it will go back to about a month. So you just need to go back up to the day before, or if you come in tomorrow on your weekend, you know, whenever you're able to, you know that, let's make it easy. As of Friday, it will be 2 days old. So if you start on your weekend, just look in that 2 to 3 day area there, and it'll be right there. Also, you have that to search. And that's what we can do now is we'll just go back to our list that we had built for you of the search of your name, and then I will comment on each of these so that you'll have a fresh notification at the top. But that is how you'll do it for anyone, anytime. All right?
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that we can help you with, Creola?
I was trying to find some things out to help my brother, like with dental care, and I was wondering if you were able to kind of help me to pinpoint something there. I don't know.
Let me throw on the listing, the quick listing for our Get Healthcare Help space. There's a ton in there, all kinds of different things. That's not what this particular class is about, but I don't want to leave you without resources. And this will give you everything you need to get started in that Get Healthcare Help space in our Unlock Your Goals collection, okay? And you'll have another notification. This will be a separate post, not the ones that Tony had created for you. I've only found one so far yesterday. He may only have one for you. That's quite probable, but I have tagged you in that, and so that'll be first, and then this one will be the second notification, and that is going to have all of that quick little instruction to get you started in the Get Healthcare space. And
thank you so much, and my apologies. I appreciate you addressing my question.
Not a problem, right? Like I just don't want to
in spite of it not being the topic.
Right. I don't want to spend a ton of time on non-topics, but I really don't want to leave anybody without resources.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And then Michelle teaches a class for the Get Healthcare Help space every Sunday, and that is at 1:00 p.m. Pacific, 2:00 p.m. Mountain, 3:00 p.m. Central, and 4:00 p.m. Eastern every Sunday.
I'll make sure I get on
Saturday. Oops. There's so many new classes. I should look a lot harder before I speak. On Saturday at 1 Pacific, 2 Mountain, 3 Central, and 4 Eastern.
Okay. Thank you. I will make sure I'm there.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you as well. All right. So we'll head back over here and look at where we're at here. Okay. And so Denval, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
Hello. How can we help you today, Denval?
Well, I was just jumping on because I seen that it said that you guys had something about businesses, but I'm probably gonna end up starting my business. But right now I'm trying to get some help for my mom and my dad.
Okay.
And
so as seniors, medical, home repair, like where are you looking for that? And then I'll give you what I can pretty quickly. Again, that's not the topic. If you have a business, my business, but we're agricultural.
What is the topic?
Agricultural, rural, country living, business, pets.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm in the city.
You're in this. Well, actually, that makes you an underserved member of the agricultural community just by living in a city. So if you were ever interested in something of that nature, there are definitely opportunities out there for you, but it doesn't sound like that's the purpose of your intended business. So
no.
What I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab the whole Unlock Your Goals collection. In fact, I think I have that already. Oops, let's jump in here. And is your account under Denval?
Yeah, Denval better. Yeah. The email is more tough. Yeah, there you go. Finally.
Okay, and so this is all of the Unlock Your Goals because it has business and the Get Healthcare Help. We don't have the home repair in there. That's about the only thing generally that we have a lot of material that's going to be coming for. I know what I'll do. I hardly ever use this piece, so I almost forgot I had it. I'll get you the Lesko Meta Grants cheat sheet, and that will give you an overview of the Meta Grants report for anything that isn't covered in the Unlock Your Goals space yet. We're working on it. We'll get there, but it's going to take, I would guess, anywhere from 6 months to a year for us to fully
not with AI.
Bring it in. I'm sorry?
I said not with AI.
We are using AI in some small elements. It's mostly human driven. We're we work with AI to get the pieces pretty, or some different things like that. But the origination is all human. We don't want to overwhelm people at the same time as we have a limited staff to keep costs low. So there's a lot going on with that. But we have 6 of the overall topics.
I would love to come on and help you guys out.
We're not really looking for staff right now, but you could, if you're involved in that technological world, we are always looking for Lesko navigators that have new areas of expertise. We're limited on time right now, so there has to be kind of some specifics there. But if that's the kind of thing that you're interested in and your area of expertise, we don't have a lot in that arena, and that might be something that we could work out. And then all you would need to do would be to reach out to Misty Folds, and she's our initial contact for our Lesko Navigator Volunteer Squad. She'll continue to work with you, and I'll work with you once you're a little bit further along. It's not very difficult at all. Don't even stress out about it.
No, I've seen you guys building this up. I might have just restarted my membership just now, but
well, welcome back.
Yeah, I've been following Matthew for a while now, a year.
Wonderful.
So, and I saw you guys building this whole thing up, and I love what you guys have done with it. It's very, very neat,
We really love it too. It's pretty amazing, actually. So,
yeah. I thought you already had AI in there making it look like this. Like, wow.
No, that's mostly Julia May. I know that she does use AI, like I said, to clean up her work a little bit and to make it a certain tone or this or that. But the work comes from what Matthew's done in all of his different reports, and then the material that I've found and that I've gathered from all of you as wonderful members who like to share your resources back with us.
Yeah.
And that's where that's coming from. And then she's taking all of these huge piles of resources with really very little explanation. And then she goes to the website, she checks it out, then she types up her understanding of it and then works with AI to get that correct. She's also in Belgium, so she's coming as a second language. So I'm sure that she utilizes it to some degree for that as well, right? So limited though, right?
Okay, yeah.
We're not opposed to AI, but we really want this to be a personable business where we're really working with you directly.
The best way to use AI is to actually just let it make you better. You don't want to just let it take over the actual what you do.
Exactly, right? And so let me just make sure that I have the correct email that I want to provide for you, and it's going to show all my emails if I start typing it in. So give me 2 seconds, and I will share my screen again.
Yeah, mine is on more. If you type in more, it's more.
Yeah, you don't want to share your
email.
Because what we do is so like, I don't know how to say it, even catchy, like a thing that people want. It does make it a little bit too easy for people to want to impersonate us, to get memberships. They'll pay for a $20 membership, and then
I heard a lot of people complaining that they got scammed and stuff.
So, and we put it out there. It's in all of our literature. It's everywhere. But unfortunately, as with all things, the government even has sites that they have people getting scammed on that are supposed to be government sites and things like this, right? So, oops, and let me share. I'm ready to share. So there's no way to avoid it. And I think by being a member of our community, though there are some that are targeted at us, we keep you abreast of a lot more than those. And there are so many out there right now that if you choose to utilize our safety warning space, which is in the Stay Tuned collection, safety warnings right here, Miss Tammy especially is really keeping you guys on top of a lot of different bad actors and what they're doing out there.
Okay, I'll definitely set that out,
Right. Absolutely. And so here is the email that you will want to reach out to Misty through if you would like to look into joining our volunteer squad.
Oh yeah, definitely. Something I should have did it before, but now that I have a little bit more free time, I'm definitely going to do it now.
Excellent. And there is a small stipend that's involved because we do appreciate our hosts.
Yeah, as long as I get to use your services and sign up for my little free grants every month.
Oh, absolutely. You'll still, as a volunteer, you still need to remain as an eligible member. And because you're an eligible member, not a staff member, you're a volunteer, you still get to have access to applying for all of our Lesko grants. Absolutely. Yeah. It's the best of both worlds, right?
Once I get enough of the grants, I will mind working with you guys on that. worrying about that. But for right now, I need
I think that
to have
Matthew
my
really
feet.
appreciates giving that back to his volunteers. I
And
think
especially, yeah, I know he loves doing it. I see how much how happy he is every time. I actually one of the 500. It was 1,000. I got half. I got 500 already.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. We do
Yeah.
have a lot of winners every month. We have a little bit over 100. I think it's 110. But we have over 20,000 members, guys. So if you keep trying, it's not a guarantee, but the odds are better than most contests that you would ever enter in any kind of arena. So,
I'll testify to that one.
there you go. All right. So we have the overall Unlock Your Goals collection here that does include business material and a couple of pieces that'll probably be relevant for your parents. And then, oh, I didn't get you the cheat sheet yet because I started getting into what you were offering, and I do appreciate that. Like I said, we love our volunteers and we would love to take on as many of you as possible, but with the calls that we're going to be releasing as the Unlock Your Goals collection continues to unfold, we're really running out of a lot of time. So it has to be something kind of unique in order to do that right now. But I think that with what you've talked about already, that might be possible. So definitely reach out to Misty if you are interested.
Oh, I'm definitely interested. Yeah.
Excellent. Wonderful, Denval. Okay, so I also want to make sure you have the how to bookmark or save a post. Is there anything else that I can provide for you in the moment?
The one thing that I definitely need is there was a part in the meta grants about getting a vehicle. The government's giving away vehicles.
Let's just go in here and edit this, and I'll bold several things for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that is item number 6. Number 6 of the Lesko Meta Grants is cars and car repair, and we are working to get that space released. We're going to finalize these first units a little bit and still use the Meta Grants overall for the other subjects. That will slowly decrease, but there's always use in these reports, and that's why you have them listed as their own space. They're not disappearing. It's going to stay here, even though our answers are going to primarily move towards the Unlock Your Goals collection, which is what I started this post off with for you, right?
Okay, great.
Okay, so then when you're talking about your parents, I would guess that just debt, bills, and living expenses would be a positive.
That's the main thing, but they also, well, my dad, he used to be a truck driver, and now he's pretty much retired, so it's going to be mainly stuff for old retired people on Social Security.
All right, and so then item number 13 is for veterans and seniors. You don't have to be one or the other. I mean, you have to be one, but you don't have to be the other, either side for that. What about home repairs? That's a common thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you have the Get Healthcare Help, and I think that that's going to really set you up a little bit better overall, but there are definitely some pieces that we haven't gotten in there yet, including much for caretakers. So if you are any sort of caretaker for your parents.
Yeah, and I got this thing I need to go take care of too. I got a little lump on the side of my cheek.
Definitely start in the Get Healthcare Help space in the Unlock Your Goals collection that this post starts with, okay? But that's number 15 will back that up.
Okay.
And then I don't know if 18 and make 20 an hour from home. Oh wait, we have a piece for that. That's the gig economy piece, but so that's also in your business space. So you kind of really have that, and it's much easier to utilize.
Okay.
Then number 22 is also for people with disabilities and or for seniors, right?
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, definitely them.
And I think that that will be enough to be going on with. There's number 24.
The debt buster, you can highlight that one too.
All right, well then let's just give you these two. It's just about not trying to overwhelm you. That's one of the things that we really hear from our members a lot, is being overwhelmed. So there's a lot there. So try to just take it one step at a time. And I think it will help you if you start with the Unlock Your Goals collection for any topic outside of cars and car repair. We just don't have anything about that, or home repair, but I would really start with the ones that are covered. And all of these are debt, bills, living expenses, the nonprofit, health, utilities, rent, mortgage, food, furniture, debt, as well as business. All 3 of those are covered in your Unlock Your Goals collection. And so let me just show you what that looks like, because I provided a whole piece for you here.
So you said Unlock Your Goals is right there on the side. Just go on there.
Okay, let me just hit save here. I think we've gotten everything you need anyway. And so then this is going to be where your post starts. And it's just a brief description of every space within the, come on now.
It's glitchy.
let's see, this may not have, no, that's there. Let's just refresh.
Not frozen.
No, it's weird. Oh, okay, then it did it. Okay, and it didn't take my refresh. Awesome. So then this is a clear explanation of the 7 different spaces that have been released. All right. Oh, wait, watch. There are only 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. There's only 6 so far. Oh, what I'm thinking of is launch, or excuse me, boost my income is the 6th one, and she had that out, but we decided to finish these up first, and then that will be the next step that comes out in the Unlock Your Goals collection, Boost My Income. However, you can use pieces in the Start My Business, and you don't have to be trying to start an overall business, though you are. There's also quick income in there while you're working with getting that business to where you want it to be.
I want to start 5 businesses.
Okay, well, definitely follow this Start My Business step-by-step guide. It has as an introductory piece to get an SBDC or SCORE mentor. I recommend the SBDC. They can generally meet with you more often, but definitely get a mentor and start talking about those 5 different businesses. And once you kind of introduced yourself, and I would start with one, you might say, okay, this is my primary. I do have this idea. But this is my primary, and then focus on that a little bit before you really go to the others. But you want to introduce yourself in your business at least, I'd say about the 3rd meeting, you could start talking about funding up to the 6th meeting. You don't want it to be right out the door, hey, I need money to do this. Now, sometimes they'll talk about it right up front. Then it's the ball game's changed. You can follow their lead at that point, right?
Okay. Because I've actually spoken with some of them for my dad's business. Like I said, he used to have a truck company, and he kind of turned it over to me, but I'm not really doing anything with that. I'm trying to go into marketing and get away from the whole entire hard work, hard labor aspect. This is 2025. Everything's technologically advanced, and that old.
Well, believe it or not, we still need lots and lots of people who are boots on the ground, and our trades are deficient in new employees and what's the word I'm looking for there, apprentices and things. And be careful, guys, of just thinking everybody can do something that isn't along those lines, because how are you going to have electricity or a home to have that electricity in, or some of those things if we see the trades completely die out? So just be aware that there is still a need for boots on the ground, and I'm not knocking what you're saying at all. But my husband is boots on the ground, and now he's older and has MS, so he needs to move away from that, right? So everybody has to be where they are, but we can't all be not labor or we're screwed, and that's kind of the trend. So anyway, here's your Start My Business and Get Healthcare Help, which you talked about. And so that's all right there. That's where it's going to start. Then it's going to be the information to become one of our volunteers, and that cheat sheet to back up a few of the things that are above, as well as the few topics that are not already covered with the collection.
Great.
And then finally, you have the how to bookmark or save a post. Okay.
I got it.
And so are you comfortable with your notification bill? You said you're a returning member. Are you pretty familiar with Lesko Help 2, getting in and using those notifications?
Yeah, this is just a newer, fresher way to do it, and it's a little bit more updated, and it makes me more comfortable and not wanting to drift away like I did the first time. I'm
so glad to hear that. That is just wonderful, Denval. That is exactly what we're hoping for and exactly the goal we're going for.
Yeah, you're going to make it a lot easier for people to want to stick with things you don't want a computer to do, and this is one of those things.
A computer cannot apply for grant and grant-like opportunities for you. No, they can't do that. So not
give
yet.
you the personal touch that you're giving me right now.
Oh, well, thank you for that as well.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. All right, thank you. Is there anything more that you needed before we see if there's other questions?
I didn't know that's why I came on here, but yeah, that what you just gave me, that's exactly why I came on here.
Fantastic. I love that. All right, and we have lots of classes, at least 2 and as many as 4 a day.
Yeah, I'm going to start tuning in more often.
Wonderful. We would love to see all of you tune in to all the different areas that your life could benefit from, because it is an all new ball game, and we think that you're going to find it very valuable. So thank you, Denval.
Thank you.
All right, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and mute you there, hon. And then iPhone 17, you have yourself unmuted. I'll mute you and ask you to unmute. So you, oops, sorry, Amber, ignore that. So that you know who I'm talking to there, iPhone 17.
Hello there. How are you? Hi, everybody.
Good, Miss Amber. That's just what I was going to say. Is if you wanted to say anything anyway, it doesn't look like iPhone wants to re-unmute themselves.
Oh, okay. Again, good evening, everybody. Hope all is well. Not only that, but some of what Sabrina showed, and also for what she does as far as country living and business. I think the only thing I will need to say is make sure if that is the direction you want to go, you are in good hands as far as if you want to get into rural business and all of that. Understand that what the grantors ask is what you provide in order to try to get the funds.
Definitely. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate it. And I don't know about all of that, but I definitely love the agricultural world and everything about it. And like I said earlier, for those of you who may have just tuned in, you do not have to be in the country to approach an agricultural business or even a personal agricultural endeavor, right? You can do it all from anywhere in this country, I promise you. So if you've ever had interest and you felt a little city bound and unable to approach that world, I promise you there are ways to approach it.
Oh, definitely. And that's increasing too. Many in the city and other areas outside of rural and in rural are getting into farming, even if it's just like a small portion of wherever they're growing their food. The final thing I want to mention is that for a good number of grants for coming, especially small business grants for coming, it's increasing as far as what's available for rural
Oh,
agricultural.
yes, I do believe. I think that the current administration both loves businesses and our farmers. So I was expecting that a little bit, and it doesn't seem to have let me down yet. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, definitely, which is great. And they're still out there as far as if you're any industry. As far as small business grants are concerned, there are some out there. So don't be afraid to dig in, ask questions, and all of that.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Amber is another one of our hosts. She's another staff member. She joined as a volunteer years ago, and she's been hosting alongside me pretty much from the beginning, along with Tammy, Ethel, and Amber. That's T with the Lesko Trio. And so they've been doing this darn near just as long as I do. I can't even remember. I may have had, who knows, maybe a month of classes, and I wouldn't be surprised if I even had that many before they were right there with me, helping you all and taking over and sharing their resources and their styles and their perspectives. So there's so much variety amongst our hosts, volunteers, and staff. It's just beautiful. Yes, please go ahead, Amber.
Oh, yes. Just a quick insert. I would say, the 8-hour days.
7.5. But yes, our Wednesday classes used to be 7.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they really made it work, actually. I don't know that I could have had the 7.5-hour classes because people would stop asking questions of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys would take over, and people would come out of the woodwork that were uncomfortable approaching me and start talking with you guys. And it really is what helped the community to blossom into what feels like a family now for so many of us.
Yep, glad we could help out.
You always do. All right. Really, guys, this is a great world. Pets as well. There's a lot of resources. Nora, how can we help you today?
Yes, I'd like to find out some information in regards to the agricultural world and the grants that they have. But I also would like to buy homes, like the manufactured homes or the tiny homes, and basically to help seniors and disabled.
That's a big picture view, right? Like mine as well. So let me write this down before I lose it. Okay, so you're looking at rural home purchase, basically, right? Kind of as your rural business. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then also for home repairs. That's another subject I'd like to find out about too, for repairing homes.
So I have a lot for you. It it gets a little overwhelming, and we'd really rather work the steps, but when you guys have a lot of requests, I don't want to leave you without resources. So we'll see if we have some time to work the steps with you for this actual topic, right? That's why we didn't with the others. We provided the resources, but they weren't really looking for this topic. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of time to try to work this topic with you while we're here in class. And we don't have anybody coming after, so we can go a little over. All right, let me take a peek at your, Nora, what was your last name? Thompson.
Thompson.
That's my brother-in-law's and now my sister's last name.
Oh.
Actually, her birthday this weekend, and my mom has to dog sit back home in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so let's start off with, I want to provide you the farmer, rancher, and I'm sorry, my dog barks quietly. She does bark. Somebody rang the doorbell, and we don't generally have people ringing the doorbell, so it's a little odd. Bucky. Okay, and so, okay, yeah, the farmer and rancher lesson out of the business space, the Start My Business space. It's in the advanced unit, so you'll come in on the action steps, your action steps in Start My Business in the Unlock Your Goals collection, and you'll scroll into the advanced unit, and that is going to be right under female entrepreneurs, which of course also has value for you. You have the grants, loans, and resources from farmers and ranchers. And this is maybe, okay, other than the gig economy, which you see down here at the bottom, I believe this is our longest piece because there are just that many resources out there in the agricultural world. I do think maybe the industry specific is a little bit longer. So it's probably gig economy, industry specific, and then grants, loans, and resources for farmers and ranchers. There's a tremendous amount out there for you. So let's grab this one, and then we will also grab the one for female entrepreneurs for you. And this is out of the, oops. Oh, well, it says it right there. We'll just let that be then. So, oh, I think it didn't take away my notification or my, no, it left it there. Okay, so you can see there, that's the farmers and ranchers. And I could tag Jess. Okay, then this is for female entrepreneurs.
Now, will they have applications to apply for the grants, or will they send you to a...
Every single opportunity is different. When you're in the rural or agricultural mindset, there are so many that you really need to learn how to tear through the website and keep track of your searches. We have information for that for you in the Unlock Your Goals collection as well. Grant Basics, office hours. We have instructions for you on how to keep track of your searches, all kinds of different things in there for you, okay?
Okay.
And there is no way to legitimately contain that information in an organized fashion in one website. So you can't have a website that talks about all the websites and then every single opportunity on each website. Does that make sense? You guys already talk about how overwhelming it is to us all the time. So we have to give you the website many times, not the application. So we have to learn how to look for all of the different opportunities listed on the websites, and we also have to get used to reaching out to them because many times the website is out of date and they may not offer the same things. They may offer new things. They may offer the same exact things. It might be completely up to date and you never really know. So getting used to contacting the entities hosting the various opportunities is a really good skill that I encourage you all to work towards as you go. Okay. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question without kind of answering your question?
Yes.
It's a big world out there, guys, in the grant hunting arena, and we have no control of what goes on outside of what we show for you here. So we can do everything possible to make this user-friendly, explained, detailed, walk with you through the processes, answer your questions while you're doing it in the real world, all of these things. But we all have to learn what it is that we're doing and how we go about doing it because every person's journey is a little different, right?
Right, yes.
So we have the farmers and ranchers, the female entrepreneurship. Now I'm going to provide you with the Lesko Meta Grants report cheat sheet as well because you have a very large idea, and that needs more than one type of resource, right? And so let's see here. You're going to want 26. That's going to back up that farmer and rancher. No, you know what? Every single thing, I took that report apart. There's nothing left in there that isn't covered. Okay, so then if you want resources for the seniors that you are wanting to provide services and homing options for, number 22 is a good option for you. And number 13 also has resources for seniors, and many of your seniors have a possibility of being veterans, so that's also something that can help. And then you have home repair, and I'm going to highlight number 7 as buying a home, because there are some things that we haven't managed to get into the Unlock Your Goals home and housing help space quite yet. So buying a home and home repair are still very valuable here in the Meta Grants report. All right. I think
I have a quick question with the home repair. Would they consider that like home repair for like weatherizing your home? Is that
is a big topic in there, and that is covered, definitely. Yes, that is a way you can look at it through the lens of seniors as well, if you already have clients or however you term your audience, right? You may be able to look at through the lens of as seniors improving it. You I don't truly understand the community block development grant. What I understand of it, I would like to look into utilizing it, because I would like to revitalize a town that's I want to find a town out there that's just almost dying and bring in a community block development grant to revitalize it under an intentional community for sustainable living in a modern style without taking away from our wildlands. And so my understanding of the community development block grant is that may work for me. And so it may be something that you can approach too. Don't quote me. Right. It's a big thing. Tammy, are you here with us still? And it looks like she dropped off. That's unfortunate. She has gone deeper into the community block development arena than I have, and she has also just experienced a tremendous amount of success, which means she's experienced a tremendous amount of overall applications and processes, those that she didn't succeed on, right? To get to those successes, she also had failures. And so she has around 250,000 or more worth of successes, grant-like opportunities over around 3 years. That's almost unheard of in the personal grant world. And she's looked at the community block development grants, and she's a little bit, I wouldn't say intimidated or anything like that, but she's like, this is a big one. This is going to take a long time. This is something I have to really research. That's. So for a big idea, it takes bigger work, even to get free resources, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And so I'm not promising that that's how a community block development grant works, but that's my base understanding, okay? And so you might want to look into that as well. And so these are all great ways. Oh, are you going to be a for-profit business? Have you considered a nonprofit element? That's something that Megan P. and I don't know if you were able to join.
I'd like to find out more about the being a nonprofit also.
Okay, and I was going to go here because I'm just looking at the cheat sheet, but let me grab the nonprofit information. And just so you're aware, that is something that I'm doing with my agricultural business. I'm turning it into a partially nonprofit. I'm keeping the for-profit element and adding a nonprofit element. And you have a cause-oriented business as well, so it would lend itself quite nicely to having one or both either way, right? So it's just something that's out there for you as another lens that you can look through your goals at. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And so we've already got that started, the class that we're going to be doing. It's going to be like a one-time thing. We're going to walk my business through all the steps and all the options that my business could or doesn't choose, right? We'll talk about those that I'm not going to choose as well, so that everybody has a broad understanding of each element of each choice that is being made along the way and then it'll stay there so that anybody wanting to watch to launch a nonprofit can watch those classes, but it won't be an ongoing class, right? And so that is going to be in your downloads and, your replays and PDFs inside the teaching sessions space in the live meetings. That's where we actually are today. And your answers are in the community answers right after the listing of our live meetups. And the third tab is replays and PDFs. And that's where you're going to find the action plan for your nonprofit, a step-by-step guide. We've already got the checklist, and then we have a video of Megan and I working together to get this set up the way that she knows it needs to be set up, with the resources built into it, all these great things. And there's a video of why each of these pieces are important, because I didn't know a good number of what these are and why. And so she's explaining it to me while we're putting it together, and you guys can listen to that to get an overview of what we're going to be working on as we do this class. We'll record what I'm going to do with my business, talking about all the alternatives as I walk through what I pick. Then we'll take that and we'll watch it with you guys and then open the floor to questions. And that may or may not be her Sunday launch a nonprofit call. So we may do a special call or class, or we may utilize her launch a nonprofit. We're not certain on that piece yet. Okay. Let's see, did I get this for you? No, I don't think I did. Let's grab that and I'll place that in your answer. Oops. That one. Okay. And is there anything else that we can provide for you, Nora, while you have the floor?
Any information in regards to a veteran that has had like an accident?
Okay, so I can get healthcare help for you. That's a further piece, but you have the meta grants item that's already for veterans. Let me get healthcare help, and then we are going to be adding a family space in the Unlock Your Goals collection that will include veterans. That's what we're thinking at this time anyway. So keep an eye out for that. And so that will have not only the resources that you have out of the meta that I have already highlighted for you, right? Number 13 is for veterans and seniors.
Okay.
You have to get healthcare help. That can work for anyone, of course, a senior, of course, a veteran. Then let me just grab the veterans report that I have. Those pieces are what's all going to end up into that family unit or veterans unit if the veterans information is just too much, because there's a lot out there for our wonderful veterans, and I love that. And we've had quite a few people, either veterans or those that are close to veterans, share a lot of resources with us over the years. So there is just a plethora of resources for our veterans, and that's just so wonderful. And we'll pop that in here for you as well. And then I will add the how to bookmark or save this post or any other so that you can walk through those steps. It does get very busy in our community, and the algorithms can have a very hard time locating a specific piece. So you want to always bookmark or save any post that you know you want to return to.
Okay.
Let's grab that for you. And then we do have time to quickly walk through one step in our farmer and rancher unit with you to see what we can find for you to start tearing through from that angle, right? Oh, yes. Okay, how to bookmark. I'm like, what am I trying to grab here? There we go. All right. Now we're going to jump over here, and that is actually in the Unlock Your Goals collection, the Start My Business space. One of my two favorites. I love the Start My Business space and the Grant Basics space. Those are my two favorites. I just think they're amazing, and they're all very, very good, but those are my two favorites. And so we'll jump in here to grants, loans, and resources for farmers and ranchers. And let's just look right from the top. Do you have any sort of mentorship in the agricultural world?
That's what I would need, mentorship.
Okay. I recommend going with your Beginning Farmers and Ranchers Hub, because I didn't understand this when I was walking through the process. I have all this information, and I've had it for about 3 years now, and I've talked to the people for at least 2, maybe tending towards that 3, but I kind of got brushed off at first. As Matthew tells you, you have to keep trying if they don't immediately respond to you. right? And so I did get in touch with my beginning farmer and rancher coordinator, but I didn't even figure out until this year that that's who she was, as I've been working with the resources, and I reached out to her again, and all of this great information. And this would have really streamlined my process. So I encourage you to reach out to your beginning farmers and ranchers hub to find out which of the arena of services available to you as a beginning farmer and rancher will most likely be fitting with what you're trying to do. Okay?
Okay.
And so I will grab this here for you. In fact, let's just grab the whole explanation and then the link so that it'll pop up a link preview for you. All right, there's that. No, that. And it does this good thing. Drives me crazy. So we'll get rid of it. Okay, that's fine. Link to generate that link preview. So there's tons of information at the Beginning Farmers and Ranchers Hub as well. So that's why we say we can't contain the external information. We can only make it approachable for you all. And then don't get overwhelmed. Work with one source until you understand it and you've been able to either identify an application or contact information to move forward with that one and then work on another one. If you find those kinds of things relatively rapidly, I wouldn't wait for just one to respond to you if you didn't get a direct communication in the moment that you tried, and start with another one, but make sure you're keeping track, which also in your Grant Basics office hours space, there are resources in there to help you keep track of your grant hunt and the grants that you have applied for, okay, and the grant-like opportunities. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to work this step with you. We can click either this link here or the link here. I think even the above link, right? You can click any of them, just click something and start tearing in. So you have the How to Start a Farm Beginning Farmers and Ranchers, and it's going to walk you through a bunch of different things that are already very useful. How to start a farm operation, then support for beginning farmers, getting involved. That is getting a mentor or becoming a mentor. That's one way that you can get a mentor in the agricultural arena. And then you have additional resources. So for our purposes, let's click Get Involved and see where that takes us. So Get Involved right here. In addition to our farm programs, there are many leadership opportunities for beginning farmers to contribute their voices and experience. Through USDA, you can take advantage of several key opportunities like committee elections, research and promotion programs, and federal advisory committees. Okay, so this has changed a little bit. Let's just click this and see if it hasn't actually changed, but their description here just isn't how I would have phrased that. I'm going to right click though, and then I'm going to open link in new tab. And that's part of keeping track of a search when you're on a computer or a laptop. On a phone, at least on an Android, and I'm sorry to our Mac users and our Apple users, for iPhones, I don't do Apple. Okay, where am I going? Oh, so to my internet, right? So I'm going to click my internet. And then right up here, there's a little box that either has numbers or a happy face with the big happy. That means more than 100 or 100 or more, right? You click this, and click your little happy face or your numbers, and that's, I pushed the wrong thing. Where did we go? Okay, this little square, click that. I'm going to have to do it without, my hands aren't steady enough today. Sometimes I can. These are tabs on my computer and tabs that have been opened on my phone. The ones that are actually shown, those are tabs on my phone, and I can click those. And so when I do it on my phone, it's going to keep opening up new tabs when I push on things. So for instance, if I go to the American Seed Company, which is where I just happened to be previously, so I could click that, it's going to take me there. Then I can click my little guy. Okay, when that happens, that means that you didn't get a new tab. So click this, and then you want to go back. And then let's see if we can open. Oh, I went too far. I don't think I can go back. Oh my goodness. Let's see where we are. Okay. American Okay, there we go. So we're here, American Seed Company. And then we want to, let's find a link here. Let's see if we can do this on our computer, if it does that to us. Yes. Okay, so I put my finger on the link and I just held it. Let me do it again. And it pulled this box up. And it says open in new tab in group or open in new tab. Those are your choices for that. You could also open it in an incognito tab. Don't worry about that if you don't ever do that. Just ignore the fact that it's there. Don't let it confuse you. Open in new tab will generate the history in this box here. Okay. If you want your little box guy to generate, it will not click these in a sequential order. Hold your finger on the link. Where did it go? Right here. I'm going to hold my finger on the link. It's going to generate this box. I'm going to open a new tab. There it is. And then I can go here. Why didn't that work? Oh my goodness. No, it didn't work. I'm going to have to play with that. It should have worked. Play with your devices. If you can't, you can write it down. If you can't figure out how to do it any better than I just succeeded in not here, write it down. Do something to keep track of where you've been so that you can get back to it. It really helps you to feel centered, in charge of your search, so that you can get back. As you see, there are a plethora of links just on this one page, right? So you want to get back here and explore and see if there's anything else that's useful to you. On a computer, it's much easier. You can right-click, open link in new tab, which is what we did. So we're going to jump over here. This is the Get Involved page. Now let's see. Okay, they do still have it. So connect and learn with partners. So let's right-click, open link in new tab. I'm going to jump over here, and then you have the various types of mentors that are in the program. This is still a little different. This is a page I'm aware of, but it looks like they don't have the same kind of mentorship program that I was particularly looking for. So this is your farm service agency. This is for your more traditionally structured farms and ranches. It doesn't fit my business model, but it'll fit the majority of agricultural enterprises as we think of them traditionally, right? Conservation districts, you can get involved in your conservation district to work with your water in your area. And then you get into the more one-on-one help outside of the Farm Service Agency. I don't know. It didn't work for me. I don't know how well they might work with you if you fit their criteria, right? I just don't. So there's the Cooperative Extension Office. I'm going to be working quite heavily with them because I have an educational venture, and I want some of the things that I'm doing to be studied by people who can determine the success and then put that into scientific numbers and all these beautiful things and extrapolate that to a larger study to see if what I'm doing for water conservation in my little backyard, little as compared to an agricultural property, decent size as compared to a plot of city land, which we are just barely in the city. And so it's not quite a quarter of an acre, right? So it's a pretty decent size residential property, but very small agricultural property. And yet, in my state, I only have to produce $1,000 to be eligible for all kinds of opportunities as an agricultural producer. So there are a lot of opportunities out there for just everyone, and that's not even touching on the opportunities that are available for those of you who are in the city, okay? There's also the Farmland Information Center, and that looks like that's going to be a little bit more like information. I don't really see that being mentorship. Again, this doesn't really look like, oh gosh, they have changed it. That's really unfortunate. Okay, they've changed it, but it looks like we can still get there. Find a mentor. That's what we're telling you guys. I spend a tremendous amount of time in these online sites that are agricultural in nature, and they are vastly different than they were at least in the last, say, 3 weeks. Vastly different. The resources are still here. They've been redone. Just like when they move everything around in your grocery store and you're like, oh my God, I knew where I needed to go and now I don't. That's basically what they did. All right, so learn more about finding or becoming a mentor. This is what I was really looking for. And there's some other agencies that offer mentorship, or at least they used to, and I believe that they still do, that used to be listed on this page but are no longer listed on this page. So it's very interesting as you watch things change over the time, right? Oops, and I didn't mean to do that. Let's go here and open link in new tab and jump over here. Oh my goodness. They took it away. Okay, so the program I was looking for, I had to go in circles. I can get back, I can unwind my circles because I kept track of my history, but they removed the particular type of business mentorship that I was looking for you. So let's do something a little bit different because we are running out of time and there are some additional resources in the business report that I created. Julia didn't add every single thing just because, again, we're trying not to overwhelm you guys. And so, yes. Okay, now let's jump into our farmers here. Okay. I'm going to say USDA Rural Development will probably be a great place for you to check out. Okay, and I'm still working with Nora, is that right?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so then let's go all the way back over to where we're placing answers for you after a roundabout circling chase there. And this is going to be your USDA Rural Development. I want to look at the site with you, and then we need to shut it down in the next 3 or so minutes. Unfortunately, we can't get further, but I do not mind when occasionally I fail to find what I'm looking for as well out here for you guys, because I want you to see that even though I have spent the majority of my time in life in the Lesko Health community over the last almost 5 years, August will be 5 years, right? I still don't succeed every time I'm looking for something. And that's when I'm looking as a big group and it makes it easier. When I'm on a personal level, I am not as readily able to find things as I am when I'm looking in a more general sense out here to get you guys started on things. So don't feel like you failed. Feel like you're practicing at getting those successes. You cannot succeed if you have not failed. That is my promise to you. You have to go through the experience, which you will fail at. Now, there's the random person who will get a success right under their belt. It was a little easier during all the lockdown stuff, but there's still that random lucky person who will pick the right program, apply properly, and get funding, like with their first chance. That's pretty rare, all right? And so you cannot succeed if you aren't also seeing failures. Even if you magically succeed on that first try, don't think that's going to be your trajectory. You have to learn more and more about it as you go, and that is where you're going to build on successes. One success shows you motivation. When you start getting 2 or 3 successes, you've really started to see what that world is and how to be more successful in general. All right, so I hope that's been useful for you all. Let me go and try to work this one more source with you, Nora, and see if we can't find some direct mentorship for you. So programs and services, let's check that out there. Multifamily housing programs, right? That's perfect for what you're looking at. Okay. Our programs, they have direct loans and loans. Off-farm labor, direct loans and grants, on-farm labor housing loans, multi-housing preservation and revitalization. That could definitely be something to look into. This would be something if you're able to get your community up and running that might be applicable to your business, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is like assistance to use the funding you can get up here in order to get these multi-family situations out there and maintained and available to the public, okay? So there's a lot of things that might be useful to you here. So I'm going to provide this overall link. And remember, oh, I've already provided, no. Okay, I didn't click right. Let's go back. This is where we began. Okay, and then I have programs and services, and I should have right-clicked multi-housing programs and opened it in a new tab. Okay, so we began with this link here for USDA Rural Development. That's this one. And then we pulled up the multifamily housing program. That's here, all right? And that's going to be here for you. Now let's look at one of those programs, the one that I thought might have the most possible promise for you. We were looking for a mentor though. That's really kind of more valuable for you right now. Let's go back. View all programs and services. Business programs. Multifamily programs. Single family housing is not really. Okay, so both business programs. So let's copy link address, and multifamily programs, copy link address, and pop back over here. And then they recommended score. I actually recommend the SBDC. So I will provide the link for that step in our business space, which is where you get the farming and ranching information, and that's a portion of what this class is, that farming and ranching. And then if you do, anybody have pet care questions, you'll find that in Get Healthcare Help in the 3rd step, and it's the 8th action item under the 3rd step, I believe. Okay, if not, it's the 4th step, but I'm pretty certain it's the 3rd step. So then let's see here. Oh, I wonder if this is any different. Let's see if we've already got this for you. Yep, I think it's a duplication. So let's just check. It is. Okay, so we're going to cancel that one because that's where we ended up the first time, where I think this is it right here. Okay, and so that's going to be right here. No. See, I get lost in this way as well. Oh, I had to go into my business report. That's why I'm not finding it up here. Okay, but we got you where you need to go for a lot of it. And let me just go here. Now we've done this. You've got this link. And let's look at the multi-housing preservation and revitalization. The others seem to be more geared towards loans, which, oh, and it's not. That's what I'm saying. They're rebuilding everything. So that one isn't ready yet. We'll see what comes of it. Best to contact them. So then what we do, folks, is we go to our search and we want to get the rural development USDA contact information. Okay, contact us, RDA, USDA. So let's click that just to see what we're going to get here. There's a home loan, there's state office, there's local area offices. So there's definitely some great contacts that you can reach out to and see where you might be able to get some business mentorship in this arena, because with the changes that are ongoing currently, you're struggling to locate what used to be available and if there is a different alternative, or if maybe it's put somewhere else on their site or something like that, and then just start developing a relationship with them if they seem to be open to that. Sometimes these are the people that kind of really direct you somewhere else. Sometimes you can establish a relationship with them. And it's always best to put that smile on your face, even if you've been waiting for 1,700 minutes, right? The exaggerated feel that we get when we're waiting for a long time and you've been passed around a lot. Always keep that smile on your face, because you never know when you're going to get passed along to that person who really enjoys their job, is really knowledgeable, and really wants to help you, if you're frowning and grouchy about where you are frustrated with taking your time to search for free money, because it does get frustrating at moments. And that's just a real part of being a human, and accept that and try to just put a smile on your face anyway. And believe it or not, it's scientifically proven. If you force that smile to be there, even if you're not feeling it, it will elevate your mood. Scientific proof, guys. Smiling works. All right. And that's not why I do so much of it. I just love smiling because it makes me feel good, and I really love to see other people smile. So I just smile at people all the time. And then now they're just backing it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Nora.
Oh, no, I was just saying, yes, I like smiling and trying to make people happy too.
Absolutely. So we'll grab this contact information for you. And I think that is not exactly what I was hoping to provide you with, but it's definitely going to get you well on your way. And do you guys see how we work these steps, right? Please, Nora, anyone?
Yes.
And anyone else, you're welcome to contribute. Did watching that process take place give you some idea of where maybe you've been struggling, there could be a solution?
Well, this information has been very helpful, so I'm going to take my time, go through some of the information that you had given me, and then let you know how it turned out.
Thank you. We always love to hear back, guys, no matter how it goes. If you get brushed off, come back and tell us about it, and we'll give you some additional thoughts on how to reach back out, because that's the name of the game. How do you say it, Amber? Consistency? I can't remember. I've lost track of it. And she may have had to drop off as well, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question again?
Consistent, persistent. There's the thing that you always say, and my tongue isn't finding it today.
Oh, okay. Well, you're pretty much right. Yes. Stay persistent, stay consistent, even in the midst of the challenges, because it will pay off. It can be frustrating at times. It might seem like it's taking longer than it should or would, or however it may be, but stay, don't give up. Whatever happens, do not give up. If it doesn't work out, go on to the next.
Absolutely. So persistent is just that. Don't give up, keep trying, right? And when she says consistent, that is to consistently track what you're doing, as well as your answers, as well as your conversations in your head. Try to think. If you listen to the person on the other line, you can hear in their tone if they're not interested. You can hear in their tone if they get excited about what you're saying. And so try to think of your conversations in that light. Some of you may even take the step of getting a recorder on your phone to be able to listen to it. Do be aware of the recording laws in your state. Some states you have to have permission from the other party, some you don't. And so just be aware of those things as well. I'm not a legal expert, but I record things sometimes. And so I always make sure I know the laws in every state that I've lived in. And so be consistent. That doesn't mean you don't change over time, but when you're looking at things consistently, you'll find places you want to rework. You'll find places where you can improve. You'll find things you want to remove. You'll remember pieces that you need to add in. And that's the persistent, never giving up, continuing to use the resources, built with the consistency of finding your path and keeping track of that path and consistently following and improving that path. Really, really good advice that she's giving you guys there. All right. Excellent. Well, we are a little past time. I do love the agricultural questions though, and it isn't the biggest topic for our community. So when I do get those questions, I want to make sure to fully cover them so that those who are watching for that purpose now or in the future can get that idea of what really is out there in the agricultural, rural, country living and business world. There's a lot out there for pets as well, though we haven't gotten a chance to showcase that yet. Also be aware that you don't have to be rural. You don't have to be country. You can be very much in the city, and there are still opportunities for you on a personal and a business level, as Amber brought up earlier. It's a very good point, and it's very true. So please feel free to unmute yourself and say goodnight, everyone. Whoops, one more thing. I apologize. I'm rushing to get out because we are so over time. The next class is going to be with Miss Amber tomorrow. It's our earliest scheduled class. He does have one, I think, that's going to be a little earlier coming soon, but that will be tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Let me just mute you for just one. Oh, thank you, Ingrid. I appreciate that. Tomorrow, all about business with Amber at 7:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Mountain, 9:30 a.m. Central, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And I will be back with you on Monday at 2:50 p.m. Pacific, 3:50 p.m. Mountain, 4:50 p.m. Central, and 5:50 p.m. Eastern. Now, everybody, I apologize for that interruption. Please feel free to unmute yourselves and say goodnight. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
I just have a quick question. Monday is Memorial Day. Will you still be on?
Everybody.
I think most of our classes will still be going on Monday. Oh, maybe that's why Amber's is that her normal early one, I think, is Friday. Yeah, so Amber's has changed her timing, but as far as I know, that's the only big change for Labor Day Monday.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so
Guys.
much.
everybody.
Great question. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.